DesirToxic by Micallef. Is it worth it? Well, first of all, is this a sexy fragrance? I think it 110% is. Now it smells like cinnamon. There's patchouli, which can kind of smell like a dirty, earthy kind of scent. Very polarizing note. Cannabis, also another polarizing note. Blackcurrant, which smells like blackberries, and musk. Okay, so to me, this is a spicy, sweet, yet slightly fruity kind of fragrance. Are you gonna get compliments on this scent? Yes, you will get compliments on this scent. The best environment I see this fragrance working its magic is at a party or any kind of close encounter situation, because every single time I've been complimented on this fragrance, it's always been when I was hugging somebody or having a one-on-one type of conversation. And I know, one second, I know that I mentioned that this is something that I see at a party, but this is not a screamer. This is not a fragrance where you walk into the room and everybody's heads turn. You're walking by and everyone's like, oh my God, what was that? That smells fantastic. It doesn't command the attention in the room. No, okay, this is very much a scent bubble kind of fragrance. Does it project? I mean, I get around like half an arm's length to an arm's length sometimes when I'm wearing this fragrance and I'm not overspraying it, okay? So if I didn't mention it before, this is a unisex fragrance. It does get compliments. However, I do believe that this is a polarizing kind of scent. And it's a bit tricky because, yes, I find it mass appealing, but polarizing and unique at the same time. And it's hard to lump all three of those things together because so many fragrances can't pull that off. Okay, so I do think that this is polarizing because of those two notes that I mentioned, the cannabis and the patchouli. Okay, sometimes that's going to be a hit. Sometimes it's going to be a miss. Now, if you want to test this fragrance, please don't judge it off the test strip. You have to spray this on your skin, because when I wear this on my skin, people love it. And when I had my sister spray this or smell this on a test strip, even smelling it from the bottle like this, and she didn't like it. She was like that. She gave it like a 4 out of 10 when she smelled it on paper. But the next day when I wore it, she really liked it. And the times before I had her smell it on the test strip, she thought it was a really, really nice fragrance. She's like, yeah, that smells good. It smells different. Which brings me to the whole unique thing that I mentioned. When you're out there in the real world and you're at a party, I guarantee you, nobody else at that party is going to be wearing like this kind of fragrance or this fragrance specifically. No one else from across the room is going to be like, yep, I'm wearing DesirToxic by Micallef. They're going to be more on this side, wearing Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Black Opium, like Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I love those fragrances, but those are the ones that are going to be more common. This one will not be common, okay? It doesn't smell like a typical perfume, a typical cologne that a lot of people wear, which is why I do consider it to be unique in terms of real world standards and what people out there, like the average person, has smelled on other people. Because like I mentioned before, 99% of people out there are not watching fragrance videos, so they don't even know what a niche fragrance is. Their knowledge only consists of scents that they see at Macy's, Bath & Body Works, Old Spice, or Victoria's Secret, okay? Now, this fragrance, I think the downside that I see with this scent is the lasting ability. I get around 7 hours, sometimes 8, but for a sweet fragrance, I usually want, especially if I'm gonna recommend a niche, I want it to easily last over 8 hours without overspraying it. And this is one of those scents that if you do overspray it, it can just get a bit too overwhelming, okay? Because for me, I don't mind when something is sweet, or I don't even mind cinnamon, but if it's like this nagging patchouli that I'm not used to, and even with cannabis, it's just like, I'll be like, oh my God, yeah, I should have just chilled out with the amount of sprays that I did, okay? So just be careful with that. And I know that that's a big thing for a lot of people. And even like in general, like I get it. If you're getting a fragrance that's over $200, that is not giving you the performance that you want with that kind of price point, you might be hesitant. So I would suggest, of course, getting a sample if you want to. I'll leave this fragrance. I don't know if there's a link for it or anything like that. But I do find this to be an enjoyable scent overall. I do find it to be unique. I think if you're somebody that doesn't want to smell like anybody else, but you want a sexy fragrance, you can totally go for this one. This, to me, is a dirty, raunchy sex fragrance, okay? I don't think a lot of people can pull this off. This isn't something, first of all, I don't even think it's a dumb reach. I don't think it's a fragrance that is very versatile. I think it's better suited for fall, winter, evenings, or nighttime events. Okay, now to bring it back to me not thinking everybody can pull this off, because the person I see wearing this fragrance is like calm, cool, and just like they exude a confidence, but it's not cocky. There's a very fine line between that, because if there was a cocky person wearing this fragrance, it would be an automatic turn off. And like the smell would just like piss me off. I'd be like, oh my, like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's what I would think with this fragrance. But if you have like, I don't know, if there's something about you that like you have that charming quality to you, and you know how to like hold a conversation, and you're just like, you know, you have some game and you're flirting a little bit, and it's like not overbearing, and you're not like a douchebag, or like you're not stuck up, this can be a very, very, very attractive scent. Okay, and I have gotten reactions like that where they're just like, man, that smells so nice, like you smell so good. And that's like after we've had like a conversation for like 20 minutes, and they're just like, yeah, like that, it just becomes a sort of hypnotizing scent. And when you're locked in with somebody and you're not noticing anything else going around you, and then this scent comes into play, it's a very sexual kind of scent, and it's very, very attractive. Okay, so like, please, I mean, I doubt there's a bunch of cocky people on here that watch my stuff, but if you are, like, I would not recommend this fragrance. Like I said before, this is a shut the fuck up kind of fragrance on a cocky person. Absolutely, it's a turn off on a cocky person. So that's all I really have to say about this scent. I think I covered everything. If you want compliments, I do think that you're gonna get it, but make sure it's not just gonna be a scent that you're wearing like when you're walking around and you think people are gonna compliment you. Like, you have to be like having a conversation with somebody, or at least but like somebody has to be in your personal space, because this thing does not radiate that far. The price point, like I said, is the only thing holding it back. I do think that it's a nice fragrance. It's still one of like the ones I really reach for here, because there's a ton that I don't reach for, but I've gotten great reactions with this scent, and I'm going to keep wearing it. But it's been getting warm, and even though it's December right now, which is kind of frustrating, but there are other things that I reach for ahead of this one. You know, I have to be in a certain mood to wear DesirToxic. It isn't the one that I'm like, oh yeah, let me wear this one. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I haven't worn you in a while, let me wear you. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you've tried this fragrance, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.